Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Houston's Inspiration Station, Praise 92.1. I am your host, Just Dave, just a regular dude from the SWAT. No games, no titles, just a regular dude from the SWAT. And you are tuned into the Still Saved Show, where we sit down with some of the dopest individuals who have some of the coolest stories of change and transformation that you have ever seen in your life. And boy, do I have a story for you today. I got one of my homies, one of my heroes, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Listen, I got the Lord of Laughter, the Clouton of Comedy, right? Let's see, what else can we come up with real quick? The Lord of Laughter, the Clouton of Comedy, the hero of humor.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Marcus D. Wiley.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for joining me, brother.
Man, thank you for having me. Now, did you patent those lines?
I didn't. So they're all yours.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
They're all yours. Just bring me on tour. I'll introduce you every time.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But in addition to being a comedian, though,
Yes.
right, which you've made a very successful career for yourself, a name not only here in Houston but across the globe. Mm-hmm. You are a father, husband, professor. Professor.
Yes.
Man, what is that like?
Something I always wanted to do.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought I would be doing it at a later age. But the door opened for me to do it when I was, I think, 29. And I just wanted to be the type of professor that I wish I had.
Yep.
You know, somebody who, was out in the world experiencing what I'm learning, opposed to retired and telling me how it used to be. And so, I became that, and it was dope.
Yeah, man. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Comedian turned professor, also author.
Yeah, I wrote one book. Suppose I have another book. It should have been out. But I think books write themselves.
They do.
So I'm waiting on the last couple of chapters.
Yeah, man. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, them chapters gonna come, man.
For sure.
They gonna come. Don't force it. Just let it
Nah,
come.
I ain't gonna force it.
Yeah, man. Well, tell me this, man. You're on tour right now.
Yeah.
You are on tour. Tell me a little bit about the tour. I love the name, right?
Yeah, Grown, Gray, Forgiven. Believe it or not, the actual title came to me, man, probably years before COVID.
Okay.
And then the material came during COVID.
Gotcha.
And so this tour has been on. It's been a 50 city tour, started in September, and it's been going good. And like I say, the material, it wrote itself during
a lot of people, quote unquote, got inspired to do some things during COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for
People
sure.
started some businesses, started families, made some babies.
Yeah, folk was panicking.
You feel me?
Yeah, I panicked. I started a podcast.
Come on.
Yeah, just because I couldn't go anywhere. So I started a podcast, and I liked it. But once I was able to go outside, I ain't returned back to that podcast yet.
I know I was Googling. I was trying to search for new episodes. I was like, what happened, dog? Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, people been hitting me. And I've been hitting, hey, I ain't had time, man.
Man, but let's go back to the title, though. Let's go back to the title, because you
Okay.
said it was inspired by something, right?
Yeah.
So let's go back there, because grown,
Gray,
forgiven. I don't see no gray.
Well, I use just for men,
There
so
we
I
go.
cover the gray up. However, that's not the gray I'm talking about. I'm talking about in my show, gray areas.
There we go.
Yeah, gray areas. So I'm not a big proponent of social media because of the gray areas, and so I kind of expressed that throughout the show in my comedy.
Yeah, definitely. And grown, man, grown. You clearly grown. I ain't gonna reveal your age. Put you out there.
Problem with
Come
it.
on,
I'm 50.
There we go.
I turned 50 this
Big
year.
man, Marcus, you old, bro.
Yeah.
I love it though.
But you know what? I wouldn't even change it.
Come on.
Man, I think I think when you're younger, when I was younger, I thought 40 was old.
Man.
And so definitely 50 is old. But things are better, your money better, decision making is better, credit definitely better.
Well, hopefully though, because a lot of people are older, but they're not grown.
And that's for sure. That's key.
Yeah.
I'm grown.
Come on.
Yeah.
What-
I just happen to be older. But I'm definitely grown.
Talk to me a little bit about that though, man, because like you said, just growing in years didn't lead you to this point. Successful career, all these accolades, awards throughout the city, right, and across the country.
Sure.
How have you defined grown for yourself?
Yeah, I think grown. My definition of grown is when you are not controlled by pop culture. Now this is major.
Yeah.
When you're not influenced by pop culture. when we're living in a time now where everybody is an influencer. So how can it? So how can you grown? I have the money to go buy what everybody's buying,
right?
But I don't want it, so I won't buy it, and that's grown to me. Just being a leader. When we inundated with followers, that's everybody thing. Follow me. Hey, go follow me. Everybody. So it's just being a leader. And I know, again, we're in a time, a dispensation of influencers.
Yeah.
But they never preface what type of influencer they are. Are you a good one? Are you a bad one? Are you a dysfunctional one? What type of influencer are you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, I know you're an influencer. I see you. I see you on the gram.
Right.
But what type of influencer are you? And so I think being grown is when you like I said, you not persuaded, or you not vexed or whatever by pop culture.
Nah, bro, that's deep, man. That's deep, because everybody, truth be told, everybody's an influencer. Everybody is. Everybody has the capacity and the power to influence, right? Whether it's your kids, your partners, your, the folks on the block. In your case, as a professor, the students, right? With that being said, as an influencer yourself, what type of influence do you desire to leave behind?
Yeah, I want to be a wise one. Watch this here, knowing when to speak and knowing when to shut up. I don't have to, just because I have quote unquote followers, I don't have to speak and have something to say about everything. Man. I'm not skilled in every area. If maybe in marriage, okay, I've been married 25 years. You have something, maybe I could say something about marriage, okay? I think 25 years in it, I can have a say, I don't know it all, but I'm just saying I can have a say in that.
Come on.
But it's a lot of things. I don't even watch the news. I'm not a news watcher. I talk to my friends. They tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm definitely abreast, but I'm not an avid news watcher. So me telling you what I think the country should do, and hey, that's not my lane. That lane I learn in more so.
Right. So, no, I hear you, man, because it that can influence you. Yes. You got to protect your mind, right? You got to, because what you put in, comes out.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what are you putting in order to make sure that you are putting out what you want to put out?
Well, come on now. I'm a church boy.
Let's go.
I'm a preacher's kid.
Yes, Lord.
So, I'm always putting in. I got to have that word. You got to have the word.
We got that word.
Got to have the foundation. That's all it is. I ain't got to get too deep. But, when you got that word in you and you understand it, because that's what the good books say, and all thy getting, get understanding. So you got a lot of people with money but don't understand money, and that's why it don't go as well. Or you got a lot of this, but if you don't have an understanding about what you have, then it's a disaster waiting.
No, absolutely.
And so definitely, that's how I try to, keep my mind right, keep my spirit right, keep my heart right, by definitely having a word in me.
No, for sure, man. And you've clearly done that, man. I've watched you over the years, like I said earlier, as a fan. I've watched you as somebody who desired to sit in this position,
No
right?
doubt.
Like studied you,
No doubt.
for lack of a better term.
Appreciate it.
Or observed you, right? You know what I mean?
Like,
looked up to you, and so and have been inspired by the things that you've accomplished.
Appreciate
Tell me this though, man, because you've hit a level of stature where you like at the top of the mountain, right? Or at least it could look like that.
It can look that way,
but it hasn't always been peaches and cream.
No,
right? Take me back to Mo City or some of them days where the struggling comedian. Some of those times where it's like, man, I don't know, am I going in the right direction? Like, was there ever a time in your life where it was just like, nah, I don't know if this is gonna work out?
Yeah, I think when social media came. so here's the thing, like, I started doing comedy at 29, 8 days before turning 30, right? So in a sense, if you want to say it, I started late.
True.
But when I started, I had 3 degrees. I had this thing that I like to talk about. I had structure, I had organization, I had presentation. So when I started doing comedy, I was already rolling good. It wasn't until social media came And now it was time for me to pivot.
Mm.
And I didn't pivot because I was like, yo, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I thought social media was like just some underground type of little thing. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's what I thought.
It's gonna come and it's gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when it hit, I was already on a nationally syndicated morning show. I was already traveling the country every weekend. You know, I'm straight, and not that I poo-pooed it. I just thought it was what it was. And now when I start seeing cats who I know, David, they not even, if I can say this might sound like I'm hating.
Nah, bro, like, I already know where you going.
I'm seeing cats that I know not good at all. And now they are top of the food chain as relates to, you know, social media. People telling me, man, you know such and such. Oh, he or she, they the. And I'm going, what? Are you serious? And I'm going looking at them and I'm checking them out, and you know, and they not great, but I'm gonna tell you what they are.
Come on, because
they consistent.
Let's go.
You know, because that's what social media is. You got to be on that junk.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also what the new generation call engaging. But what they call engaging, I call my business. So I have a problem being engaging because this is my business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in showing you how I father, how I husband, how I do whatever. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And in a sense that it you know, with these times, that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
as relates to trying to.
It's like we want to see in the closet. We want to see deep down, like you know, when you wake up in the morning to when you go to bed.
Yeah,
what you eat for breakfast, Marcus?
All that.
You know
I take a picture of my food. And so I lose with that because I'm not doing. I mean, you know, that I don't even feel comfortable doing it. And those are the gray areas of social media that I kind of talk about, you know, in my show.
So do you think that the pandemic helped you? Because you said earlier, when social media hit, you didn't quite pivot as well as you would have liked to.
I didn't.
But during the pandemic, everybody's favorite word was pivot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you pivoted differently this time?
I feel like I have opened up to making some changes. I mean, I know at least trying it.
Yeah.
And but I haven't still found what I would do consistently on social media.
Yeah.
I haven't found that. I haven't found, you know, my sweet spot on it or my lane. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you rocking with Latoya though. You know what I'm talking about? She gonna get you right. Just like she
I ain't found my lane. It's nothing that I think that's what I want to do every day or every other day. I just.
But I'm admired at how you've been able to still rise above when everybody else tells you have to be on social media.
Yes.
You've become sort of a cavalier in a sense, or a maverick, and like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what. Yeah, go ahead.
No, because I appreciate what you said, and I believe that too. Relationships.
Come on.
At the end of the day, man, this tour that I'm on right now, you know, I just went in my phone and called all the pastors over my 20-year career. I called all the pastors and I said, look, man, I got this brand new show. I want to tour it. I lost a bunch of money in 2020. I need to get some of this money back. If I could just be 100 with you.
Hey, you as 100 as you want to be, because I think we all been there.
Yeah, I lost a bunch of money. I wasn't on social media when the pandemic hit. I mean, I wasn't active. I'm not making money.
Look, I went from
media.
a DJ to a photographer. Look, I couldn't get out there. I couldn't get out there and DJ because there was no crowds.
Yeah,
hey, let me take some pictures though. Let me find.
Come on, you gotta do something. So I called them pastors, man, and my goal was to do 50. And I think I'm at right now 46.
Oh.
Got 46 bookings on my own. You know, no agency, no.
On your Rolodex.
On just in my Rolodex in my phone. And so to answer that question, I think, you know, that I think when you're good at what you do.
Okay.
And then people also like the person you are. I think that you know, opportunity is endless. Yeah.
Endless.
endless.
The power of relationships, man. My homie Kiati always tells me that,
Yeah.
Relationships is the new currency.
It
and
is.
honestly, it's not the new currency. It's been that way.
Yeah.
It's been that way.
I'm very rich in relationships.
Yeah. And not burning bridges.
Not burning
to be able to
bridges.
call pastors and
Yeah.
leaders in the city
Yeah.
and be like, hey, we doing this.
Yeah.
And to receive the support that you've received is unbeknownst to many, right? Because everybody else, they be looking like, oh man, how I'm gonna do this strategy or that strategy?
Yeah.
Or I gotta jump on this course,
Yeah.
right? That's the big thing right now, doing these courses. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And to be able to just pick up the phone, and you know who good with AV?
Yeah.
My big bro AV.
Oh, for sure.
He
For sure.
knows so many people in the city.
Man, he
It's
know a lot
ridiculous.
of folk.
Yeah.
He know everybody.
Man, I tell you. So, speaking of growing up in the city, man, what part of Houston you from?
I'm from Mo City.
Come on.
where the fellas are fly and the girls are oh so pretty.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Southside representative, man.
Yes,
so I'm
sir.
assuming Mo City. I mean, I don't know why we do this, but would that be Willow Ridge?
All day, every day.
Yeah, we used to go back and
when
forth.
it was the Ridge. I mean, let's be clear.
Come on.
Now they still have Willow Ridge. The school is still there. But the Ridge was a HBCU basically. When I went there, it was
The
already
band was on point.
It was already like a college. You go ask anybody who graduated from Willow Ridge from mid '80s all the way up to maybe the 2000s.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much going to tell you they would rather go back to their high school at any other point of life.
Let me tell you something, man. And the reason why I want to talk about this, man, people know this, but I want to make sure they know how Houston you are. You know what I'm saying? You one of us,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
Houston home,
Yes, sir.
H-Town hero. So I went to Elsick, man, and we used to, man, you remember them Willow Ridge Elsick games?
Come on. them
Especially
was-
back when
them-
TJ Ford and Rashard
Man,
Lewis was there.
Them was classics.
Boy, we would be out, man,
Them was
listen.
classics.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
So what was it like did you always know that comedy was going to be your thing?
No.
Or... Yeah,
No.
take me back there. Like, were you always the funny kid in class, or because I've heard
Yes.
all types of stories from so many different comedians, right?
Yes.
How'd you fall into this game?
So I've always been funny guy now, but not the funniest. I mean, it's a bunch of funny people, in your barbershop, in your classes, whatever. But what happened for me, I was working on staff at this church. I'm working on staff at the church, and all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but I'm hosting all of the church events. And as I'm hosting all the church events, one of the guys was like, yo, bro, you might want to try doing stand-up. Guy named Ramon Harper, R.I.P. He said, you might want to try to do stand-up. And I was like, oh, no, I'm all right. And he was like, no, bro, you might want to really try this. You're pretty funny. And I was like, yeah, but I ain't going to be able to cuss in front of people. Don't miss that, in front of people.
Don't forget the PK. That's the PK.
Yeah,
in you?
yeah. I can't be on stage just cussing all that.
Can you imagine that, bro? Like being on stage. Let's just really paint the picture.
Yeah.
Being on stage.
Yeah.
Dad's a pastor.
Yeah.
And
grandfather pastor.
Grandfather.
Great grandfather.
Ooh.
No, all of them. Dad, grandfather, great grandfather.
So it's a legacy.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
a
heritage,
legacy.
right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's even.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Can you imagine getting up on stage and let's say they don't even see it, right? But I guarantee you, word gonna get back.
Oh, they gonna hear about it.
Come on.
They gonna hear about it. And so I was just like, even though I liked comedy, I never thought about being a comedian, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to cuss in front of folk. And so he was like, so don't. And I was like, don't. He was like, yeah, you ain't cuss when you was hosting at the, the church event, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, but that's different. So he brought me these tapes of these comedians back in the day, VHS tapes. He brought me Jonathan Slocum. He brought me Broderick Rice and this lady named Sister Cantaloupe. Right,
Sister Cantaloupe.
Yeah, I was like, that was her stage name. Her name Trina Jeffries, but Sister Cantaloupe was her name, stage name. So I'm watching they, videos that they had, and it showed me, oh, it can be done. And a lot of times that's what you need to see. You need to see something, that it can happen. And so after that, he set up a show for me in Killeen, and he said, if you bomb, it was in Killeen. If you do well. We'll continue. So it was good because I tell everybody it's good to have somebody who believe in you more than you.
Come on.
He set everything up. I didn't do none of this. He set up the show. He did everything. He the one brought me the tapes. I wasn't even pursuing it.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
you all from what you just said, you was kind of pushing it.
I'm kind of pushing away. Yeah, this ain't. Yeah. And he set up. I go to Killeen. I do well. And I come back to Houston, and it was rolling ever since.
Man, can you imagine? And I'm sure that's kind of where that desire to become a professor or a teacher, an influencer, if you will, because had you not been influenced, had you not been pushed, can you imagine we wouldn't have the Marcus D. Wiley that we know and love today?
I'd be some deacon at a church just there.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with being no deacon, though. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't wrong with being a deacon, but just a deacon is what I'm saying. I would just be a deacon.
Because they don't appoint you a deacon unless you got some stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. What you do? I just deek. That's what I do. I deek all day.
You know, I just stand here. You know what I'm saying? Like I pray when I'm asked. That's it.
I count the church's money, but I have none. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Man, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. We are having the time of our lives with the Clouton of comedy and the Lord of laughs, the hero of humor.
Come on.
We have talked about the Grown, Gray, and Forgiven tour.
Yes.
So far, we've talked about being grown.
Yes.
We've talked about the gray areas of social media.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we're going to talk about what it means to be forgiven. Yes. All right. We are here on the Still Saved Show with Marcus D. Wiley, yours truly, Just Dave. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I'm your host, Just Dave, and you are rocking with the Still Saved Show. And if you haven't been listening, we have the hero of humor on the other side of the table, keeping us laughing, but also keeping us inspired. I got Marcus D. Wiley in the building. What it do, baby?
What up, Just Dave?
Hey, can we record that again later? You know what I'm saying? I need a jingle, dog. I need a jingle.
That's what I thought I was going to be doing, commercials.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I kind of went to school to do.
Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you opened the door, bro. Like
radio, TV, film, but my concentration was going to be commercials.
Really?
Like, I'm thinking I was going to be doing Nike commercials. You know, just all different
brands.
So
not the, I just got hit.com commercials. And
no. Even though I like it, though. Girl, you better. I like them. I mean, commercials are just supposed to, get attention and make folk, do what we do. Remember them and, quote them.
But I like that though, because you mentioned earlier, got 3 degrees. Mm-hmm. What'd you degree in?
Fine arts, theater, radio, TV, film, and communication.
Okay, man, that makes so much sense, bro.
Yeah.
So the theater aspect of it, I've watched your bits, I've watched a lot of your segments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've listened to you on air. The way you use your voice,
yes, sir.
Right? It's very intentional.
For
the
sure.
Inflections and the way you deliver the punchlines.
Yes,
like
sir.
I know it ain't just like there's some natural to it.
No doubt.
You feel me? You know, again, growing up in Mo City, you got the swag.
Yeah, but it's learned.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's learned.
And the strategy and the theater aspect of it, and being able to deliver a line and knowing when to drop that punchline, because you're gonna get that reaction that you really want, right? And then the communications aspect of it, being able to write a book, and to be able, dog,
and to make sense,
dog.
I'm used to an intro, a body, and a conclusion. I mean, that's how they taught me.
Yeah.
And so when I see stuff that's presented, but it seems so incomplete to me. Not to me, not to everybody else.
Yeah.
But to me, I just be like, yo, it's missing some stuff.
Yeah. And speaking of that, man, earlier in the show we talked about being grown.
Yes.
Right. You could be old but not grown.
For sure.
We talked about the gray areas of social media, the gray areas of life. Right. Sometimes we could, be navigating through these things, and it's not always black and white. It's a little gray.
Yeah.
Now, the last tagline of the show is the forgiving part.
Yeah.
Right? Talk to me a little bit about that. What inspired you to grown, gray, and forgiven?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to remind people, one, that you are forgiven. I mean, you know what I mean? A lot of times folk hard on themselves, man. Folk hard on themselves and for whatever reason. But also, forgiving, people who need forgiveness find it hard to forgive. And that's a conundrum. I can't afford not to forgive because I need it. Man, my life raggedy. And so it's areas is what I'm saying. I have it's some areas of my life where I'm raggedy with it and I need forgiveness.
Come on.
And so because I need it, I got to give it.
Yeah.
And so so along with a bunch of jokes surrounding it. That's pretty much the gist.
Yeah,
you know,
you don't want to reveal too much.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much.
But I mean, I think people know that. People who rock with you know that about you, right? You're funny, you're humorous, but I think you're strategic.
For sure.
You use your humor
for sure
to deliver the message.
To deliver a message.
You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Tony Evans, Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship.
Let's go.
I perform at the church all the time, but maybe my second time performing there, I'm sitting in the green room eating, and he comes up to me and he says, "Hey, when I preach, I insert humor so people can receive the word a little better."
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Since you do humor, you should insert word." And he just got up and left. Almost like saying, if you want to perform here again, yeah, you need to have more than just some humor. I'm not lying. That's how I took it.
You got that like grandfatherly correction.
Yeah. That's how I took it. Like, if you want to be on this platform, yeah, you need to be a little more.
So, in light, have you been back?
Oh yeah, every year.
I already know.
Oh yeah, every year, because I received it, because I do maybe 90 to 95% probably of my comedy in churches.
Yeah, yeah.
So since I'm gonna be in them, I probably need to have some type of message. You know, I'm still gonna be funny and all that, but I need to, insert a little.
Bro, I got a dog, right? And the dog got sick.
Okay.
It was me. And I took it to the vet, and they gave me these pills to give to a dog.
Okay.
That do not look appetizing.
Okay.
One bit.
Okay.
They just some little white pip. I tried to give it to my dog. The dog looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the doctor was like, "Hey, it's not gonna eat the pill like that. What you want to do is you want to like get some peanut butter.
Come on.
Something that's appetizing, and just kind of insert the pill into the peanut butter, mix it up, and the dog is gonna go crazy."
Gotcha.
You always say mixing the medicine in with the candy, right?
No doubt.
And I definitely see you doing that often.
For sure.
Always.
Yeah. By design.
Yeah, by design, on purpose, man.
Yeah.
So, and can you imagine, bro? There's so many people out here who don't receive criticism as well as you did, who don't receive instruction, and I can't imagine the trajectory of your life had you not been able to receive that,
man.
And not just that, because you probably been getting it your whole life.
Right. But you're right though, because by me receiving that, what Dr. Evans said, man, I do Sunday mornings when I'm out of town, or even sometime in Houston. Pastors don't even preach. They say, "Oh, you in town? Man, you going up." I'm talking about doing the preached moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
preach
saying?
moment. Like, no, you preaching the whole sermon.
Yeah, like I'm the sermon. And people coming to church on Sunday, and they needing, they trying to get this word.
Come on.
And you got a comedian up here. But if you listening to the comedian, you gonna get exactly what you need. They got that trust. And man, I've done revivals. Yeah. 3-night revivals of comedy at churches. So, but I think all that came from me, taking what he said. Yeah. And then, kind of repackaging, reformatting how I do stuff.
I love it, man. I love it so much, man. That brings me back to something I heard the other day. Something that you said, as a matter of fact. Nah, don't worry, we good. We ain't gotta clear nothing up. Cool. This ain't one of them shows.
Thought I was gonna walk out.
I'm here to make you look good. I'm here to make you look good.
Thank you.
Not that you need any help.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? But you mentioned something that was really powerful to me, and it was about this generation, right? Yeah. And I'm a part of this generation. No, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on the coattail. I got right? I'm getting. I'm growing.
You growing? Not grown, but you're growing. Okay.
And you said something about, man, boys is always out here trying to be hot. Yeah. What's the next hottest thing, right? Yeah. And you related it to cooking in a sense. And you could be hot but not done.
Yeah.
Man, talk to me a little bit about that, bro.
So when when I put together a show, it take a while. Okay, I told you the idea Grown, Great, Forgiven came before COVID. Just the title, Grown, Great, Forgiven. That was maybe revealed to me in 2017. I don't even know what it's for. I just got the title. Yeah. Now we go through a pandemic 2020 up until probably still, but in the thick of it for at least two good years.
Yeah.
Right? Well, now the material is cooking. I got the title in 17. The material ain't cooking until 2021. So now I'm doing it in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But now we have play where people are hot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you catch fire, you go viral. You do something, you say, whatever. And now you hot, but you not done. See, this is when you find out when you're not done. Man, when you get in front of these audiences, it's going to show you.
Oh, for sure. Every time.
It'll show you. See, once you start getting on different interview platforms and all these different types of things, you'll see, oh, man, I need to get in the lab. Because you might do something funny, and I'm just using this from a comedic standpoint. Mm-hmm. You might say something funny. You might have one joke that's fire. It kills. Everybody loves it. They've been liking it, sharing it, tagging it. But now people are booking you now to do an hour.
And an hour is a very long time.
That's a long time.
Listen.
And you got 10 minutes. That's what you hot. You hot. You hot with that 10. But brother, we need the crock pot comedy. We need that thing to simmer. Mm-hmm. We need it to slow cook for an hour. And that's when you'll see it. And I'm not hating.
No.
I'm not hating the person that went by, because, sometimes people, they just tend to think you hating. No, I'm not hating. But what I'm saying is, you got to get in that lab, though.
Yeah.
Because you hot, but you not done.
Man.
And so that's the thing.
Man, it brings me back to the scriptures, man. When you get to heaven, God ain't gonna be like, well hot.
He ain't gonna say well.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna be like, well done.
Well done.
My good and faithful servant.
That's what you want.
That's what I'm trying to hear.
Yes, that's what we all trying to hear.
You feel me?
That's what I want to hear.
I don't know about you, man, but growing up in Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, man, we used to eat a lot of Hot Pockets. We used to eat a lot of microwavable foods. You know what I'm saying? Some ramen. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And man, I'm guilty of not letting it thaw out before I put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
And it comes out and it look ready.
It look ready. Fire.
It's hot. It's hot.
Steam.
You bite into that joker.
Yeah.
Oh, and you get that little crunch of ice or coldness on the inside. You throw the whole thing on. Man.
Nasty.
Man, what are some of the things that you did in the lab to make sure and ensure you were done?
So
I had to put you on the spot, bro.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not even on the spot.
I know you.
I'm straight. So when I'm working out material, I'm going to run material by Ali Sadiq, who's from your area.
Yep, that's fam.
A-Leaf.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to run material by one of my best friends, a guy named Keelan Farouk over at Exotic Pop. That was my college roommate. Very funny cat. He just more behind the scenes with it, opposed to, in front of the camera on stage.
Everybody know they lane.
And I'm going to bounce stuff off of them. And what I like about them, they'll tell, no, that ain't good. See, they I don't know if people tell people this anymore. I don't know, but the people I run my stuff by,
listen,
they gonna say, hey,
I will take this upon my shoulders. My generation. Let me just start there. We are a sensitive group of people.
Yes, very sensitive.
I'm sorry, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But they have no problem saying, "No, Mark, no, Mark, that, no, oh, no, this is a better way for you to do it this way, y'all." And I'm open. And watch this. And I don't have to take it if it don't fit me. But I can't go ask somebody.
Come on.
And they give me their opinion. And now I'm mad at their opinion.
Because what you asking them for?
What are you asking?
Are you asking them so that they can make you feel good?
Let me show you. I've been in the barbershop. People say, LeBron, this is how people coming to me. LeBron or Jordan? And watch this. And I'll say, I'm going to go with Jordan. Why you hating? I wasn't even, you brought this to me. I'm in here to get a haircut. But because I don't select who you like, I'm hating now.
Right.
I selected who I like.
But let you say LeBron. Somebody else going to say, why you hating?
It's like, bro, I was in here chilling. You asked me a question. I gave you my answer. You don't like my answer. Now I'm hating. And so So that's what. I do stuff. I bounce it off of them. But then the biggest thing how I know it's done is when I perform it. And when that, like I tell all young comics, when they, man, what kind of tip can you give me? I give you a tip. Pay attention to the audience. Watch this here. Not the audience that know you. Because see, that audience that's blurred. I'm talking about the audience that don't know you. Ain't never heard of you. And when you go do it in front of them, and now when they hit you, that's when you gonna know. Because they gonna come up to you, hey bro, never heard of you. This is my first time seeing you. Man, you was dope. Or they finna tell you, man, I need to hear what you said, man. I never looked at it that way. Nah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you could make a stranger laugh or move a stranger like to some sort of emotion, right? It don't even have to be comedy.
Nah,
it could be inspiring. It could be
whatever.
You feel me? If you can pull something out of a stranger,
because that's true.
Bro, I wrote a book, right?
Okay.
And all my partners bought the book, right? That was cool. Yeah. Tori, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to everybody that bought my book. I love y'all. But and I'm not downgrading the support that I got from family and friends.
For sure.
But it takes a different level when you're able to get some strangers to take their hard-earned money.
Yeah, people who don't know you.
And don't know you and buy your stuff.
Yeah. Or just come back and tell you, man, I get, and I'm sure you get it, others in our, stand in front of people, in front of the masses, man, they gonna hit me, hey, I was at your show. Although it was hilarious. Man, you said something about this that I needed to hear.
That's
blah, 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 blah. And now you got a fan in me. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know me.
You got a fan.
And now you got a fan in me. I will support you. Man, because it blows my mind. I was just in Portland this past Friday. And this married couple come down and they said, man, we watched you on Dear Future Wifey podcast. And we saw that you was going to be in Portland. We live in Seattle. So we took the 3-hour and some drive down, to come check you out. And I was just like, wow. Because think about it, Dave, I don't think I would do that. I'm just saying.
Not even for somebody that you know.
Not even somebody that I know. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna wait till you get to Seattle. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hold up, did they tell you before they came or after?
No, they told me afterwards.
They told you afterwards. Okay, cool. I was gonna see if they told you before. I'd be like, man, you got a front row seat. You can come backstage. We taking pictures.
Oh
we
yeah,
doing
no,
the
they
whole
told
night.
me because they didn't see me.
Yeah,
they saw me in the lobby after the show. But man, and I get that. Another lady drove from Jackson, Mississippi. I had a show in Birmingham, Alabama. I was on stage for 15 minutes. She drove 4 hours or whatever it is, 5 hours for 15 minutes. So watch this here. When you got people coming to see you like that, what type of influencer are you?
Come on. Yeah.
What type of influencer are you?
Hey, I'm not. Look.
And no. And I'm not saying I'm a good one. I'm just saying. I think I am.
Let me say it.
But
you a good one.
But what I'm saying, because you got folk. I'm just saying. But when folk are driving, my dad used to always say, man, when folk pay attention to you, that's the biggest compliment. Now, what are you doing with these folks' attention? I hope I ain't steering you in the wrong. I hope I ain't leading you down the path of destruction. I hope. But hey, I hope.
I will say this: you clearly aren't. Bro. And no pressure, not to compare you to Jesus.
Please don't.
People used to travel from all over Judea, Samaria, and all over the place.
Yeah.
Just to be in His presence.
For sure.
You feel me?
For sure, no doubt.
And He had the attention, and when the spotlight was on Him, He delivered.
He delivered.
And every time I see, time and time again, when the spotlight is on, you deliver.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's
so
the goal.
I truly appreciate that. And speaking of that, I had a conversation last night with another DJ, and we were talking, some seasoned DJs. Because I might be a little young,
I got you.
But I've been around since vinyl.
You've been around
I carry
since vinyl?
crates.
Okay,
I carry crates. Right?
Okay,
I got my techniques. You know what I'm saying? So nothing against the controllers. You feel me? I got some of those too.
Yeah.
All right. But we were talking because he's mentoring some younger DJs, and he was just like, man, I really don't want him to shadow me tonight because I didn't prepare. Right? Because I don't want to give him the wrong impression.
Gotcha.
You said, but we can kind of not prepare, You know, because we've prepared for 15, 20 years.
No
so
doubt.
I can go do a show without thinking about it the night before because I've done this show a lot.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've dug in crates. I know the music. I know multiple different types of genres, right?
Yeah.
We can go Latin. We can go hip hop. We can go country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? We in Texas, bro.
Yeah,
we
for
can do it.
You can do it all.
But he's like, I don't want to give this younger DJ the wrong impression.
No doubt.
Because we've put in 10,000 hours and he maybe put in 500.
Right.
So he need to go home and prepare.
Yeah, he need to prepare.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, most definitely.
And so in your case, right, you definitely study 3 degrees, degrees that are very much in alignment with what you do today.
No doubt.
Those 10,000 hours have carried you a very,
Man.
very long way. What was one of the things, man, growing up that you still lean on to this day? Because I think about myself. I think about theater, right? I was in theater.
Okay.
And even as a DJ, like I use my voice, right? I'm not the best technically skilled DJ.
Okay.
But, you know, sometimes I can carry myself because I can get on the mic, right?
You
You
get
know
on
what
the
I'm
mic,
saying?
yeah.
There's something happen. Obviously, I start talking to the crowd.
Yeah, you can win that way.
What are some of the ways that you were influenced as a kid, bro, that you still use to this day?
Yeah. I think, that's a great question. And I want to give you a legit answer. I think that for me, what I'm good at, Dave, is pulling from what I have. Watch this. Not worrying about what I don't have. This is in every situation.
Come on.
I'm able to use the resources that I have. Now, let me give you a better example. When I was on Yolanda's morning show, a lady who listened to us, she passed. She died of cancer, right? Her family reaches out to me and say, hey, man, my mom used to listen to y'all every morning. She loved you, Bishop Segal, all of those type of stuff. And they was like, bro, you really helped my mom's. You extended her life. So we was wondering, can you come perform at her funeral? I said, what? The funeral? They was like, we gonna pay you. So they paying me my fee, full scale. Oh, I gotta perform now. You know, it'd be one thing like, yeah, this ain't enough money. But no, they paid it. And so I go to this funeral. Now, I've never performed at a funeral before.
A comedian.
This is a comedian now. You got to get this.
I'm following you.
Folk in here crying. Mama dead. You know, auntie dead. Grandmother dead. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing funny in here. So now as a comedian, I'm nervous, and I'm never nervous because I'm always prepared. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm prepared, I'm not nervous. But in this situation, I've never been in this arena before. So I'm nervous because I can't tell all the jokes that I typically tell at this funeral. It just don't.
It'd be insensitive.
It just don't make sense. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yada yada yada. I grab the obituary. I get the obituary. I read the obituary, and I was able to pull 3 things off this lady's obituary that I could talk about. Which again, I'm showing you, or I'm telling you, I'm using what I have.
The obituary.
I've learned to use, hey, stop looking at what you don't have. Man, what's in my hand right now? This obituary. I read this thing, man, this lady retired from her job. 40-something years, she retired. I said, oh, yeah, let me use this. She worked at the church. She was a church clerk, and she was in the choir. Oh, yeah, let me use this. I'm just, so now I get up. So now when I get up, I say, hey, you know, I know this is different. It's different for me, too. I ain't never done this, but the family requested me, you know, so I'm cleared. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no show I snuck on, you know what I'm saying? I was invited. But I said, but listen, I ain't gonna be up here long, but I need everybody out. Take your obituaries out. Because I don't know this lady. But you can read an obituary and learn a lot about somebody. Man, I said, number one, she was worked on her job 40-something years. Ain't nobody in here been on the job that long. You know, and I just started flowing just with everything. Man, the crying stopped, everybody laughing. Yeah, that's mama. I could just read the obituary and tell type of thing. Man, it killed. I wanted to start doing, matter of fact, it killed. You heard it. I killed them. I killed them.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
But
I can't. Dog.
yeah, but I was like, yo, book me. I told my manager, man, let's do funerals now. This is the new thing.
That's how you got started doing churches?
Yeah. This is the new thing. So, just being able to, growing up, not having a lot, and my mom and dad, hey, it's something to eat, and just always using what you have. Yeah.
Yeah, boys out here always reaching for stuff that they don't have, that they fail, and they miss what they do have. Which is usually a gift, because God has already given us every spiritual blessing that we need,
No
right?
doubt.
It's already in us.
No doubt.
It's just a matter of pulling it out.
Pulling it out.
I got one more question for you, bro.
Let's get it.
You got to make the rounds. You know what I'm saying? You got to make the rounds. But I ask everybody this, right? And I've said it numerous times, but if you're just joining us, I want to make sure you know that I'm sitting down with Marcus D. Wiley.
Come on.
Right? The hero of humor.
Come on.
The Lord of laughs.
Come on.
The clout and the comedy.
Man, I like it.
Is going down. But I want to know, man. I want to know, because you're definitely a man of faith, man of integrity, lover of Jesus. How has, matter of fact, let me back up. The road to being a successful comic is tough.
Yes.
The road to success in general is just hard. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
How has your faith? How has your faith helped you to propel? In a world where, sure, you got the talent, but sometimes our talent can only take us so far.
Yeah.
How has your faith helped keep you secure and propel you forward?
My faith has been everything, because my faith ensures me that I belong. And that's the big thing. I belong here. Man, if I didn't know word, if I didn't have word in me, man, I probably would have quit or given up a long time ago. But because I already know that my gift gonna make room. Watch this here. The gift gonna make room. Problem is, a lot of people don't like the room they gift got them in at this particular moment. Right? Because you looking at other people's rooms. You're looking at Kevin Hart room and Dave Chappelle room, and you. Okay, but
we both did the same thing at the same time.
I'm just saying, and that's
because some big rooms.
Yeah, and that's in whatever field you in. I'm just using my field as an example.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at those guys' rooms and you can get discouraged. Like, oh man, but man, I know. I enjoy the room that I'm in. I don't look at their room and frown upon mine.
Yeah.
Mine is dope.
Oh,
I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm in some dope rooms. I mean, and I kind of received that a long time ago. Like, everybody ain't gonna be, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I don't even want it, Dave, just truth be told. A lot come with that.
Man,
a lot
responsibility.
A lot of responsibility come with that.
And too much is given, much is required.
Yeah, and so, hey, man, I've learned to enjoy the rooms that my gift has me in, that have me in.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Also, I understand that, it's seasons. I think my faith teaches me that. This is a sowing season.
Come on.
This is a reaping season. You know what I'm saying? So I know when things, I understand it gets greater late. I mean, just all the scripture, all the cliches that come from scripture, blah, blah. Because I have that in me, I think I've been able to sustain. I've been able to, not get discouraged and just know that, God do stuff immediately. He do stuff overnight. I mean, I'm going to say this and then I know we done. At one time earlier this year, I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know what's up. I ain't on this social media. I don't know what. So I go do this church I've been doing all these years. And, they pay well. This is a good paying church.
We love them churches.
Yeah, they pay you full scale, all that type of stuff. So the pastor, he says to me, Mark, man, you so funny, man. You've been blessing us over the years. He gives me $500, or he take $500 out of his pocket. He say, man, take your wife out to eat when you get back home tonight, because it's out of town. He say, take your wife out to eat, right? Watch this. I said, "Oh, thank you, Pastor." He said, "Man, I think they're gonna give you another little envelope, though." That's what he said. I get through doing the show because it was 2 morning services. I get our second show. His son comes and says, "Man, we just got another envelope. We want to just bless you with. You've been blessing us over the years. We love you, man." And yada yada yada. Now I've received a second envelope several times throughout my career. That envelope is typically about, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. I mean, I'm just saying in my experience.
Right. The second envelope.
The second envelope. Well, this second envelope was $25,000. So, no, I'm lying. It was $22,500, which made it a $30,500 weekend. And it's not a brag. What I'm sharing is, sometimes that be God saying, "Bro, I'm grown. I do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. Don't be worrying about how stuff gonna get done, gonna get accomplished. I'm grown, cuz." I'm grown.
Man, come on, dog.
Yeah, I'm grown, bro.
We be thinking we grown, but God grown. He eternal.
Grown.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm grown. And so just being reminded of that. And it was what I needed. There's something, and I couldn't stop crying because it really wasn't about the bread, more so about I can do what I want to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you for the bread. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
needed it. But I'm saying, but that was just a little snippet of, man, what I can do.
Come on.
Don't be tripping.
Yeah.
I got you.
Matthew 6:33, right?
Yeah.
Seek first the kingdom of God.
I got
all
you.
them other things.
I got you,
We be
bro.
chasing the other things.
Bro, I
And God,
got you.
just chase me.
I got you.
I got you.
And so,
I got you. I think we got the title for the show today, y'all. I got you. Or I'm grown. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn, dog.
Yes, sir.
Man, Marcus, thank you so much, bro.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Truly, you are an inspiration to so many. You're not just a funny guy, but there's always a message, and I truly appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are amazing. We thank y'all for tuning in with us every single week. It has been my honor to sit here and bring you these incredible stories. It's yours truly, Just Dave. And one more time, the Lord of Laughs.
1.
Yeah. The Clout in the Comedy.
2.
The hero of humor, Marcus D. Wiley.
What's up?
Here on the Still Save Show. Let's get it.